Is the real estate market going through a pricing correction? You'll want to stay on and watch. If you find this channel educational and helpful in real estate, you'll want to hit subscribe and the bell notification so you don't miss future videos. So if you haven't really checked into the real estate market, it has dramatically changed since the first quarter of 2022. Is there pricing correction happening? You better believe it. According to Realtor.com, issue October 4th, 2022, we are going through pricing correction. Compared to the past year, in September 2021, rates were at 2.87%, and as of September 2022, rates were at 6.7%. That's quite a bit of a climb. It's actually, the interest rate is at the highest in the last 12 years. So what does that mean to the home buyers? It just means that it's a lot tougher for home buyers to be able to make the purchase on a home. And what does it mean to the sellers? Well, you can't look at the price of what your home would have been on the market for 6 months ago. It does not apply to what's happening right now. If you are pricing it high, there is no way that the buyer can actually come up and make the purchase, because basically the interest rates have gone up so much that the only way for the buyer to be able to afford it, you gotta adjust, for the seller, you gotta adjust the price to where the market is at. And the best tip that I can give you in this wild market, literally, that we're going through, we're adjusting, real estate professionals, we're adjusting with this new market. I mean, literally every month there's a new interest rate, and it's been going up, right? So the adjustment is happening everywhere. But the best tip that I can give you is, if you are selling, look at what your competition is doing. Have your realtor pull up listings that are comparable to yours that are currently on the market. But more importantly, you got to look at listings that are comparable to yours that just recently closed. What we're seeing a lot more right now is properties are closing at lower than the asking price, okay, which is like complete opposite of what was happening. It's really wild to even be thinking about this. It's the complete opposite of what was happening 6 months ago. So now, and to that point, the market, the seller oftentimes have already made price adjustments. They've already adjusted the price down. So by the time they go into escrow, it can still actually close below asking price. Or sometimes what the buyers are doing now is they're asking for closing cost assistance. What that means is, so let's say the interest rate is at 6.5%. I'm using that as an example, okay? The buyer has the ability to buy down the interest rate so that it's not at 6.5. It could be at 6%. It could be a little bit lower. This is the conversation that the buyer would, if you're a buyer, you want to talk to your lender about this. And you might want to check out last week's video where I interviewed a few lending experts about how to overcome the increasing interest rates that's going on right now. But when you have the ability to buy down the rate, what that means is the buyer is a lot of times is now asking the seller for closing cost assistance. They can either use that to fund what they need to close on the loan, or they can actually use that money, bring down the interest rate. So let's say if it's 6.5, they might be able to bring the rate down to 6%, which in turn save them money on their monthly mortgage payment. I hope that makes sense. I'm not a lender, so maybe I don't explain it well. So you want to really get with your lender and really figure the strategy out. So offers nowadays are looking like, there's some buyer's closing cost assistance, or there's some adjustment that needs to be made to make the transaction come together. That is what's happening right now. That's the majority of properties that I'm seeing representing the sellers and buyers. Quite a bit of an adjustment that has to happen. Price decline has already been projected. Again, I'm going by, you know what, national expert, realtor.com. There's an article on this. You can read it yourself. You can email me at kasamasales.com, and I'm more than happy to send you the full article of this, okay? But price is already projected to be declining in the next 12 to 15 months. The other thing that you're gonna notice is that there's a lot more in inventory. What that means is there are more homes sitting on the market. And it's not necessarily because there's a ton more homes that people are, looking to sell necessarily, although that has increased slightly. The difference is that in 2021, up until first quarter of 2022, homes would sit on the market for like a few days or like hours, and it would be off the market because there's just not enough homes on the market, and rates were so sweet that buyers were just snatching them left and right? So that's where we were have multiple offers going on. Well, right now, homes are sitting on the market a lot longer. The terms we use is called days on the market, which means the day that it comes on the market, that's day one. The next day is day two. Well, days on the market are in double digits, sometimes triple digits. Sometimes homes are sitting on the market over 100 days. So because of that, you see a lot more homes sitting on the market in, on the what's available in the inventory, we call it, right? Which means there's just a lot more for the buyers to choose from. What we have been noticing is, as we're hosting open houses, there's a lot of people that come through that will look but won't make a decision, because just imagine if you were shopping and you have a lot to choose from. Wouldn't you keep shopping? Because there's no rush now. There's no timeline that the house is going to be like off the market, in 3 days, and there's an offer deadline. So buyers are taking their time also because interest rates are trending up. So they have to really be meticulous, as you would be if you were shopping, meticulous in how and where they're going to spend their money. So it's really important, if you're a seller, to keep your house in tip-top shape. Do the best that you can to have the house be in a move-in ready condition, because the competition is tight. There's a lot of competition going on right now. So you got to really make sure that your property stands out. It's a different market. We're going through a correction. Yes, there's still going to be transactions going on. There's still going to be people selling their homes, and there's still going to be people buying their homes. We just have to shift our mindset and our mentality in how to approach this. Completely different strategy. Talk to your real estate agent. Thanks for watching.